5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All systems go with Josh Appelbaum starts now.
Hello and welcome to episode 468 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. I am your host, Josh Appelbaum. What's going on, everyone? Happy Thirsty Thursday. Another day here in the arena, guys. One more day until Friday, and then, of course, another big weekend here in college basketball. But we got a lot to get to on today's podcast. I do have another 3-pack of plays for you, so we're going to be looking at, once again, 3 short moneyline favorites, including one, which happens to be the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament. So a little conference tournament action, and then a couple late regular season games as well. But you know the drill. 3 plays. Let's try to go 2-1, eke out a winning night. And then, of course, because it is a Thursday, you know what that means. Big night for yours truly over here, because I will be hosting the Rhythm Rundown tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, streamed live on Twitter. Many of you guys know about it. If you don't, that's okay. But every Thursday night, you log on to Twitter. You can find me at Josh_Insights, and myself and my buddy Cade Harper will be running through Rhythm and kind of showing the different models and systems and recommended plays, how to interpret Rhythm, how to use Rhythm to your advantage. So very much looking forward to that. It's going to be all college basketball here tonight. And we're also going to have a very special guest, my buddy Adam Rosenberg, who is a fantastic follow on Twitter. And he will also be joining us tonight. So he has a few things that he wants to mention. Adam also works with Rhythm, so it'll be fun to pick his brain and get some of his insights and kind of get excited about new things going on at Rhythm. So we'll have an insider source here joining the rundown here tonight. But again, you can see us live on Twitter if you're free, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can, again, follow me at Josh_Insights for the Rhythm Rundown tonight at 6. And then the nightcap, I'll be joining my buddy Patrick Maher, as I always do every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Patrick and I, every Thursday night, we talk betting, we talk life, we talk all kinds of stuff. But I'll be live at 9, usually around 9 to 9:30. And it'll be on Sirius XM, Mad Dog Radio, as well as the VSiN Live Tonight show as well. So looking forward to both of those here for tonight. Now, before we get to our plays here for today, guys, looking back toward yesterday, a little bit annoying, disappointing. 1-2, minus 1.2 units. Had a nice hit with Rhode Island. They were down at half and really roared back, had a great second half. Beat Duquesne 64-52, but lost with SMU, which, again, I'll make that play 10 times out of 10. Unranked home favorites, ranked opponent. Public was on Miami. SMU couldn't come through. So Miami, hey, tip your cap. The public had Miami. Public got that one. What are you going to do? But the really annoying one that just frustrated me to no end was Butler. Because if you were watching that game, first half, Butler at the half led by 4 points. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's get a winner here with Butler. Then Butler got completely destroyed in the second half. I think they got out. At one point, they start off the half. I think they were down 12-0, 12-0 run. Maybe it was even 15-0. But they completely puked all over themselves in the second half. So it's always annoying when you're up 4 at half saying, hey, halfway home to win, and then the team doesn't even, might as well stay in the locker room because that was just absolutely pathetic. I don't know what happened to Butler last night, but hey, sometimes that happens. So overall, 1-2, minus 1.2 units. But we're going to see if we can get back in the green here for today. So that being said, 3 plays overall. Let's waste no more time. See if we can find 2 out of these 3 games that can cash a ticket for us. So first one on the board for me, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, Indiana State against Valparaiso. This is the first round of the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament. This is a neutral site conference tournament game. Let's talk split system matches. I'll give you my play here. Now, Indiana State comes in 11-20 on the year. They're the 10 seed in the MVC tournament. They did snap, however, a 6-game losing skid by beating Illinois Chicago 79-63. They won that game outright as a 3.5-point home dog. On the other hand, Valpo, 17-14 on the year. They are the 7 seed. Just saw their 4-game win streak come to an end. However, they lost to Evansville 80-79, losing outright as a 5.5-point road favorite. So what have we seen across the market here? Well, this game opened with Valpo listed as a 2.5-point neutral site favorite. And what have we seen across the market? Well, all big money laying it with Valpo. Valpo has gotten steamed up minus 2.5, now up to minus 3.5. You look over at DK, around 70% of spread bets in dollars on Valpo. So I don't love that it's quote-unquote public, but also you got a lot of money, and more importantly, you have the line move here. Like 70% bets, 70% dollars, and the line doesn't move or goes the other way, that's an automatic no play for me. But I don't love this, the public 70%, but the fact that this line moved toward Valpo, -2 to 3.5, tells me it's not just public. It's sharp bettors who laid that 2.5 immediately when this line opened. Now, KenPom has Valpo winning, but exactly by 3 points, 72 to 69. He does, however, have the Valpo Beacons. Did you know that their nickname was the Beacons? Ranked higher, 155th in the country, 204th for Indiana State. But you guys know the drill. I'm going to money line a short favorite here. I don't want to lay a 3.5, win by 1, 2, or 3, and lose our bet. So I got Valpo on the money line at -160 at FanDuel. Shop around. It's still -160 at FanDuel as I'm speaking to you right now. But I do see some books closer to -170. So as always, shop around, have those multiple outs. Make sure you can get the better price and use your Odds Logic live odds page to find the book giving you the best number. Reminder, if you want to give Odds Logic a shot, it's oddslogic.com/Josh123. That'll give you a 7-day free trial and 50% off your first month. In addition, going back to the cap here, I like the split on the money line at Valpo. 78% bets, 90% dollars on Valpo at DraftKings, so it tells me a lot of big money also going Valpo to win this game. Now, Valpo has a bunch of analytic advantages here. If you look at the KenPom fan match tab and you click the score, you'll find all these. But Valpo has the better offensive efficiency, 176th versus 230th for Indiana State. Better defensive efficiency, 139th versus 178th. Better offensive rebound percentage, 113th versus 328th. They shoot the three better, 189th versus 299th. Better free throw shooting, could be huge in a close game, 228th versus 327th. And Valpo commits fewer turnovers on offense. They don't give it away as much. 96th in the country versus 334th for Indiana State. Beacons, by the way, 11-9 in conference play. Not bad. Couple games over 500. Sycamores, 4-16 in conference play. They have really struggled against conference opponents. Valpo also has a one-day rest advantage. Nothing huge, but they did last play on February 28th, where you have Indiana State last playing on March 1st. So line move toward Valpo. We got Pro and Joe split in their favor. KenPom's got them by 3, so we're going money line here. Bunch of stat advantages, better in conference play, one-day rest advantage. And then, oh, by the way, popped open Sharp Mush at Juice Reel. Noticed a 29% Sharp Mush edge on Valpo. So 29% more of the Sharps who have downloaded, like you out there, Juice Reel, synced up your books. They are also going with Valpo to win this game. So first bet on the board for me, a little pricey, but again, FanDuel's got the -160. That's what I played. Valparaiso Beacons, money line, -160. Next one for you. Let's go to an 8 o'clock game. We got Western Kentucky visiting Missouri State. Now, Western Kentucky is 18-11 on the year. They've won 6 in a row, just beat up UTEP 97-65, easily covered as a 9.5-point home favorite. Meanwhile, Missouri Valley 13-16 on the year. They've dropped 7 in a row, just fell to Sam Houston 86-81. Did cover, though, as a 6.5-point road dog. So what have we seen across the market here? Well, this game opened Western Kentucky listed as a very short 1.5-point road favorite. And what's interesting to me is, Western Kentucky, better record, won 6 straight. Missouri State, losing record, lost 7 straight. Is this a situation where take the fishy side in Missouri Valley, who struggled in a buy low spot, sell high in Western Kentucky? Or do pros say, yeah, we want to take the hot team who's playing better here? Well, looks like pros are doing the latter because we've seen this line move toward Western Kentucky. They've gotten steamed up -1.5 up to -2 or now 2.5. I even saw them get as high as, I think, 3 or even 3.5 earlier today, and then it came back down a little bit. But it's pretty clear all movement liability on the Hilltoppers. Now, KenPom does have Western Kentucky winning, but only by 1 point, 74-73. So I did go, by the way, he does have them ranked quite a bit higher, though, 139th versus 213th for Missouri State. But I did go money line here with Western Kentucky. I got Western Kentucky around -135 on the money line. I think that was at Bally Bet, but shop around. Some books are closer to -140. I like the splits, though, on Western Kentucky money line. 78% money line bets, 85% money line dollars. So good low bets, higher dollar split in favor of the Hilltoppers here. Some advantages that jumped out to me. Western Kentucky has the better offensive efficiency, 180th versus 199th for Missouri State. They also have the better defensive efficiency, pretty big edge here, 110th versus 218th. They also have the better free throw shooting. Massive advantage here. 44th in the country versus 330th for Missouri State, one of the worst in the country. And they hold their opponents to a better effective field goal percentage. They make it harder on you to make your shots. They rank 115th versus 239th. Hilltoppers also grab more rebounds per game. Again, it's a little bit anecdotal, but I think the data proves it out. You grab more rebounds. Typically, that's a recipe for success. It means that the other team's missing shots. It means you're also not giving up, defensive rebounds, or maybe you're grabbing offensive boards. So they average 40 per game versus 35 for Missouri State. And conference play. Western Kentucky against common opponents, 11-7 straight up this year. Missouri State, 7-11. So Western Kentucky playing great, better record. Missouri Valley, why do I keep calling them Missouri Valley? Maybe I have that conference tournament on the mind. But Missouri State, big losing streak, worse record. Line is going toward the better team that's playing better, which is Western Kentucky, with a bunch of stat advantages. And oh, by the way, I have a Green Star Rhythm recommendation on Western Kentucky at minus 2.6. So again, a lot of books around 2 or 2.5 now. So not a big edge on laying the 2 or 2.5, but an edge hopefully on the money line. And oh, by the way, our friends at Juice Reel has an 11% sharp mush edge on the Western Kentucky money line as well. So second play for me, guys, Western Kentucky. Let's go Hilltoppers money line. Win this game. Got them at around minus 130, minus 135, somewhere around there. Last bet of the night, 9 o'clock tip. We got Arkansas Pine Bluff visiting Alcorn State. Now, Arkansas Pine Bluff comes in 12-18 on the year. They've dropped 5 of their last 6. Just came up short against Jackson State, 81-78. They lost outright as a 1.5-point road favorite. Meanwhile, Alcorn State, 8-21 on the year. They just snapped a 2-game losing skid by beating Missouri Valley State, 67-64. Didn't cover, though. They were favored by 9.5 in that one. So what have we seen across the board here? Well, this game opened with Pine Bluff listed around a 1.5-point road favorite. And what have we seen across the market? All movement and liability toward Pine Bluff. Pine Bluff has gone from minus 1.5 up to minus 2. Some shops even reaching now minus 2.5. So they're around 2.5. I'll tell you this too, guys. Like, if you like Western Kentucky, I think you like Pine Bluff. They're very similar. Short road favorite with a line move. But let's get into some of these splits. At DK, Pine Bluff, 57% spread bets, 80% spread dollars. At Circa, out in Vegas, 67% spread bets, 90% spread dollars. So both DK and Circa showing a really good low bets, higher dollar split in favor of the Golden Lions of Arkansas Pine Bluff. Now, I buried the lead a little bit, but this is an added extra game. Game 306-587, 306-588. So why is that important? Because it's an overlooked, low bet, tiny matchup. Public could care less about this one. But what do we always talk about? Line moves. Line moves in low bet games, obscure games, very meaningful. Because even though the public has no interest in Pine Bluff versus Alcorn State, based on the splits and the line moving up toward Pine Bluff, tells me wise guys have targeted Pine Bluff here. Now, Ken Palm does have Pine Bluff winning, but only by 1 point, 76-75. So you know where I'm going with this one. I went money line with Pine Bluff. Got them around minus 135, minus 140. I think Bally Bet, or maybe Caesars, minus 135 is your best price. But some books as high as minus 145. But really good splits. At DraftKings on the money line, Pine Bluff is getting 53% of money line bets, 67% of money line dollars. Over at Circa, 50% bets, but get a load of this, 98% of money line dollars on Pine Bluff. Pine Bluff has the better offensive efficiency, 281st in the country versus 340th for Alcorn State, one of the worst in all of college hoops. Better effective field goal percentage, 263rd versus 306th. Better free throw shooting, big advantage here, hopefully. 77th in the country for Pine Bluff. Alcorn State, 233rd. And Pine Bluff holds their opponents to a better effective field goal percentage. 259th, may not sound great, but 346th for Alcorn State. So we have a short road favorite becoming a little bit more of a favorite. Good splits, system matches, obscure sharp line move. And oh, by the way, our friends at Rhythm have Pine Bluff minus 3.4, which is a pretty big edge on the, 2.5 even. So last play of the night for me. We wanted a low bet obscure matchup, but we got one here. I'm going Pine Bluff money line around minus 135, minus 140. So Valpo, Western Kentucky, Pine Bluff. Let's see if we can get 2 out of 3, eke out a winning day. So that about does it for episode 468 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. This is the part of the pod, of course, where we wrap things up. And I always start first by saying thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking the time out of your day, out of your busy lives, to what I always kind of joke around with, but pulling up a chair to the virtual bar. It's like you're hanging out with your buddies at the bar. Again, I don't know where you are. We're talking virtually, but it's always fun to get together with some like-minded friends and talk sharp data-driven plays. So I want to thank you all for listening each day. It really means a lot to me, and I'm very honored to host this pod each day. We're always grinding, but again, a great part of this pod is, we're open-minded to the board. Let the board speak to us. Make bets with our head and our heart. But if you would like to help me grow this podcast, there's a few things you can do to make me very happy. One, you can give this podcast a 5-star review. If you're listening on Spotify or iTunes, give it a 5-star review. Click rate and review if you want to leave a nice comment, or click the follow button, or leave or tell a friend about the pod. For a friend is always helpful. Or if you want to retweet the pod or like the tweet when I put it out each day on Twitter at Josh_insights, that would all be very much appreciated. Next, if you enjoy this style of betting breakdown, data-driven, sharp contrarian betting, focusing on line movement, bet splits, system matches, taking a contrarian approach, talking about numbers, not teams, as wise guys always like to do. But if this style of betting has appealed to you, it's provided you a blueprint to attack the sports betting market, you find yourself betting with your head and not your heart, hopefully turning a profit. If any of that is the case and you want to learn more about data-driven betting, or you have someone in your life who could use some data-driven tips, maybe they want to get into betting but don't know how to start, or maybe they bet a lot and lose a lot and just have no reasoning, no thought process other than, hey, I like this team for whatever reason. But if any of that is the case, or you just want to make my day, I would love for you to go to Amazon.com and type in the NFL Sharp Betting Playbook, or the Everything Guide to Sports Betting, the two books that I've written. I actually have a chapter about the NFL draft, so if you want to grab the NFL Sharp Betting Playbook, we bet in the draft here before you know it. But also, Everything Guide to Sports Betting, that's year-round. So I got college hoops, how to create a contrarian bracket, March Madness, I got baseball. So if you want to grab one or both of my books, bring them to the sports book. I'll sign them for you. Buy you a beer or a ginger ale. We'll sweat some of these college basketball games together. Next, have you downloaded Rhythm and Juice Reel yet? My two favorite sports betting apps. They help me win. I'm confident they're going to help you win. So Rhythm, great for their AI-backed models and predictions for game bets and player props. Reminder, we're going to have a Rhythm rundown tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern time, stream live on Twitter. So hope to see you all there. And then, of course, Juice Reel. So many great features of Juice Reel. You can sync up your sports books, get a running report card of your action, keeps you honest, also helps you to identify your strengths and weaknesses, but also get the Robo Jackson best bet picks, the Sharp Mush indicators, the arbitrage plays, the shop for the best line futures, as well as, if you want to tip your podcast host, I'll pass the hat. If you want to drop in a $5 bill, you can sign up to get the ASG best bet picks. As soon as I bet them, they go right to Juice Reel. You can tail fade, do whatever you like, hopefully beat some closing lines. And again, that's what I consider tipping your podcast host. It costs $4.99 a week, $5. I'll give you a cent back for 7 days worth of plays. So not a bad deal there. But download Rhythm, download Juice Reel, give them both a 5-star review in the App Store. Lastly, do you have a live odds page? Well, if you don't have one, you need one. It's such a critical tool. I can't stress it enough, but it just allows you, it opens the world of sports betting to you. It's going to be your most bookmarked page that you're going to go to all the time on your desktop, laptop, tablet, but it's going to give you all the games being played that day, all the different sports categorized, as well as what we really love, all the lines and the odds that update in real time. As soon as anything changes, it gets lit up in red, then green, then yellow. You also get all the big books on there, so other odds pages don't have, like Pinnacle or Circa or Chris or Bet Online. But then you also get all the books you bet at, and the opening column never changes. The current prices are to the right. You can see which direction the line has moved. Pull up the line history just by clicking the box that shows any of the odds, and most importantly, find the book giving you the best price. If you want a dog, and most books are at +2, find the one book that's giving you +2.5. Or you like the favorite, -120 on the money line, find the book giving you -115. The Odds Logic live odds page is the best one around. So maybe you have a live odds page, but it's really expensive and you want to save some money, or you have one and it's free, but it's really slow. You don't know where the data is coming from. It's unreliable. It doesn't have any good books. Or maybe you don't have a live odds page at all and you want to give it a shot. well, I would highly suggest trying out Odds Logic. All you got to do is go to oddslogic.com/Josh123. Again, that'll give you a 7-day free trial and 50% off your first month of service. So that about does it for episode 468 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. This is the part of the pod where we wrap things up, and I always leave you with two final thoughts. One, whether I see you at the Borgata in Atlantic City, Twin River in Rhode Island, the Brook in New Hampshire, Foxwoods or Mohegan Sun down in Connecticut, at the Encore in Boston, Plainridge Park Casino, MGM Springfield, or the Nash in my neck of the woods on the border of Massachusetts and New Hampshire, or out in the desert where the true grinders get down, where Billy Walters sends his number runners, where the lowest juice possible is found at the South Point, or Sweatin' Sharp Contrarian plays jumping in the stadium swim pool when you cash a big ticket at Circa, wherever it may be, you're going to walk up to me. Don't show me SMU or, God forbid, Butler. I cannot get over that Butler implosion. What a pathetic second half performance. Thad Matta, I thought you were a good coach. You did not have your team ready to play the second half. But anyway, show me a Rhode Island ticket. At least we got URI to come through. And first one will be on me. Next one's on you. We'll post about the book. Get some nachos. Get a couple drinks. And hopefully cash some tickets tonight. So as always, guys, coming off a 1-2 or a 2-1, an 0-3 or a 3-0, a winning night, a losing night, a great week, a terrible week. Again, whether we're up or down, we can never get too high or too low. Things are going great. We're not going to get cocky, arrogant, double down, think we're invincible. Just the same way when we're struggling and ice cold and things aren't going our way and bad beats are happening left and right, we're not going to give up. We're not going to get down on ourselves. When you're hot, you're never as good as you think. When you're cold, you're never as bad as you think. So we just got to keep grinding, stay disciplined with our bankroll management, avoid the games with red flags, get down on the games that fit our model. And those games sound something like this. Games that are against the public, with the house, with the pros, flat bet, avoid parlays and get that CLV. If we can do that, we're going to be successful sports bettors. So hope everyone has a great Thursday night. Look forward to seeing you guys, hopefully 6 p.m. Eastern time for the Rhythm Rundown on Twitter. I'll be on Patrick Maher's show at 9 p.m. And then we'll be right back at it tomorrow for a big Fade the Public Friday edition. That'll be episode 469 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. Good luck, everybody, and have a great Thursday night.